I think at the age of 16 and 17 is the age of learning and exploring. I wouldn't want you to build anything unless you are a super genius or a genius anyway. So I think it's the time to learn. It's time to allow yourself to make mistakes. You get?
Yeah.
So that way you could be able to understand what works. Have a lot of friends, build a lot of relationships and all that. I think these are some of the things I didn't do when I was in the...
Hello everyone, welcome to David Oshin podcast. In this podcast, I engage founders, CEOs, thought leaders, and seasoned professionals in conversations that inspire the next generation of professionals. This is one podcast you can't afford to miss. Enjoy it.
All right. So you're welcome to this wonderful podcast. Thank you so much for joining in, Mr. Nnamdi Uba. So you're someone with a whole lot of experience, over a decade of experience in the tech industry, and the zeal, the passion for what you do, is something that I find very amazing. Even in the blockchain, how you've been able to revolutionize that space, coming into housing, which is one critical aspect. Housing is something very tough. Being able to bring so much of transparency, and then all that you are doing is amazing. So I want you to just start off by telling us who you are and how you were able to get that passion for what you're doing.
My name is Nnamdi Uba. Usually I don't know how to always describe myself. Okay, but I'm someone who is passionate about technology. Right from the time I was growing up, I could remember in 2003, 2004, when I was still in SS3, and my school introduced us to go and view our results online. We started viewing our results on our class results online. So we have to go to cyber cafe to go and view our results. So when they publish it, so I think that was how I got interested in computer. Before all those, when we were in JS1, JS2, or SS1, all those, they keep talking about the computer and the rest. So, but I wasn't really interested. But just to go and view those results was actually what got my interest in the technology. So I started spending so much money. If they give me any small money, I have to go and pick for on all-night browsing. I don't know if you can remember such. So you can pay for all-night.
Yes,
browsing.
I remember very well.
So I'll go and pay for all night, and I'll stay there. I'm not doing not really much, you understand? So I'll just be going around the whole website, anywhere, go to YouTube Messenger, and all that. So I started having that interest that it seems going into technology is what I really like, because even before the computer side, I'm someone who is very good with electronics. So we have this man then that usually come to fix our television. So whenever he comes, I look at what he's doing, and I pick how he fixed those televisions and DVDs those days, and immediately he leaves. If that thing happens again, I'm the one to fix it. So I'm fixing it myself without calling them or paying them. And it took me also to buying non-tested DVDs. I think then 2,500. I'll go to where they are inside the market where they are offloading DVDs. I'll buy non-tested and go. I'll fix it myself, sell some, and we use. That's how we started using DVD at that time. So I got interested in the technology. That was in 2005. I went for class, a computer class. I was the best in the class because, like, I've already been doing all night browsing and all that. So everything was, I was conversant with everything, you understand? So immediately after the class, I was retained by the company to start teaching. So in 2005, I started teaching computer. So from there, I got an admission into the university. I left to go to the university. I think then in Futo, that was pre-degree, not really the undergraduate courses, but pre-degree. So I put EE, electrical there. My goal was to switch to communication and the rest. But looking at the number of people that applied for EE, that was about 2,000. And we keep getting those messages that they're not going to take everyone and all that. So luckily for me, Futo started a new course or a new department called Information Management Technology, which is as exactly IT that I wanted. It is sort of going for EE and do communication. So I had an opportunity to change the course I put in the pre-degree. I changed it back to EE. And that was how I got admission into information technology class. So there I grew up, I did all my stuff, and we came out and we started doing a lot of things. But my core area is infrastructure. My core area is infrastructure. What I mean by infrastructure is I'm looking at the server and the network infrastructure. That's really where my core area is. Before I switched into building an applications and website and all that. But I'm just someone who is more like versatile in the technology. So then,
all right. So interesting. But I wanted to just jump in a question there. Like, you have you've built website. I saw you built a lot of websites and mobile applications. So how did you start building websites, and what prompted you to start building websites?
Okay. When I finished before in my 200 level, I decided to add websites into it. So I started learning JavaScript and the rest. Okay, so it was just like something I was doing for fun. You know, so I learned JavaScript, HTML. I came outside. We were in a holiday. I went for another class for web design. So going for the class, but although what actually gave me the interest on the website side was while I was teaching computer before I joined university, I went to a cyber cafe in Oshin to do something. And I saw one guy that was designing website. And I saw this animation thing, it's not this flash, that thing, then it was Adobe Flash. Yeah. So it was animations and all those things. So I loved it, you understand? I didn't ask him. The only thing I did was just to look at the browser. I just looked at the browser address, the address bar, and I went home. I picked what I was looking for because I have to go and do it myself. I like exploring to understand how I can be able to do it myself. So, and what I was seeing then was I found out that the guy was using Microsoft front page. I don't know if you can remember Microsoft front page.
That's a long time.
Yes. Yes, so I was using Microsoft. He was using Microsoft front page. So I immediately started learning how to do that. Even while I was still learning computer, I was already doing things with Microsoft front page. Because one of the sweet things I love with that Microsoft front page is mark you. There's one HTML
Matthew,
HTML tag.
that runs on the system. Like, you can be running like this prompter that goes on.
Exactly, it will be moving as if this digital. Exactly, you get it.
Like they're running NTA news. Like that thing not running on that.
Exactly. So that's what actually got my attraction in learning website. I won't lie. In fact, that was the first thing I learned. I had to use Mac. So I started learning HTML and the rest. Even where I wanted to go and learn, I was even faster than the guy, because all I needed the guy to give me was the guideline. And the guy gave me that guideline, which was w3school.com. So immediately he just called that w3school.com. The guy even he himself regretted why he called the name, because I moved past the calendar of the class, so I moved past what he's supposed to teach me. You know, so he was angry. Why did he tell me the school, the website thing? So that was how I was able to pick. In the university, I went and now learned JavaScript on the whole stuff. I started loving web design, but I love infrastructure because I was looking for where I can go and get paid better. You understand? I wasn't seeing website as a thing that can give me money. I don't know if you're getting it then. I was only seeing infrastructure where I can be a network support engineer. You understand? In a big organization like MTN and the rest. So, in fact, the first job I got is an MTN trade partner in Port Harcourt, and that was for the infrastructure to manage their Microsoft server. Their AD server, that's server administration applications. So from there, we now started writing all these certification then that we are running, like this. I've forgotten the name again. Here I got the job. They needed me also to video. I think in one of the interviews they needed a website, but they don't know how to set up one, and they don't want to pay. So one of the interview was I should design a website. And then, coming to an interview and you're given a laptop and say design a landing page, a front page. There's nothing I could do, but luckily, because the way I learned my web design, I learned with Notepad. Okay, so I just quickly used my Notepad and did a front page website and gave to them. And that was how I got the job. So I started working from there. Because I'm very versatile, I can do graphics, I can do anything. So I was also doing graphics for the company. I was managing the website, I was managing the network.
You were very resourceful for the company.
You understand? So while I was there, my co-founder, the person I'm working with currently now, joined the company. Because we have known ourselves in the university also, he's from Futo. And that was how we became close again. And then we launched our first startup, which is Bitpaya, not really House Africa. We launched Bitpaya 2016, which is like a cryptocurrency platform that can help people change their money from one crypto to another, something like that. And I think we were actually the first in Nigeria, kind of, before the time of Luno, when Luno was answering BTS and all that.
Oh, right.
Okay,
great.
So
coming to you.
So I think it was towards that time that my co-founder acquired property and got scammed. Because we have been in the blockchain ecosystem, and we were like, blockchain can actually be one of the ways of building a platform, you understand, that can help to remove all these scams in the land transactions, or real estate transactions rather. And that was how we began our journey into building what we are calling House Africa Sytemap.
What can you say is the major challenge you have faced, in this building Sytemap?
Okay. One of the biggest challenge we can say is timing. Timing is one of our biggest challenge. Two is also okay. Timing also brings adoption, right? So if it's at the right time, then adoption is going to flow very well. So I think timing. As of 2018, we are more like we're super fast. Like it's just like we're in the future. You get so that was one of the challenges that we faced. And in 2019, we got partnerships of companies that who actually has something like that in mind in developing, and we partnered with them. We started building. 2020, we wanted to launch, and COVID-19 happened, and it was a setback for us because then we're looking at trying to do it from the government level. But after the COVID-19 and the whole processes, it become very difficult. You understand that we could run that from the government side. So we started brainstorming on how to move to the next level, and that was how we born Sytemap. So moving everything that we have done on the government side to the private sector level. Okay. So, and again, in as much as COVID-19 was one of our challenges, but COVID-19 actually opened up technology. You understand? COVID-19 brought out that there are a lot of things that can be done online. COVID-19 made virtual 3D virtual reality to become a thing. People can now do that. People can want to stay in the comfort of their home to do things. Like this meeting we are having right now. You understand? Before it would have been something that we need to come to the studio and talk, but now it can be done virtually. And all these things happened because of COVID-19. So COVID-19 showed the real estate sectors there is a need for them to bring in technology, because as of 2019 we preached how to do real estate transactions online. It was looking like a magic. It was like, if this thing cannot work, you get it cannot. Everybody was telling us it's not possible that someone can buy land or buy house online. But today, even as of today, as I'm talking to you today, someone made a transaction of land on our platform, and he's not in Nigeria. You get, so it's not possible that people can actually do those things now. So it's a question of timing, but the sweet part of it is before that thing mature, you need to be there. You get, you have to be there working and preparing so that when the time reaches, you will also join the people that is going to reap the fruits of the level. Like, as you know how it happened with Zoom. You know, so immediately COVID-19 came, Zoom blew up. You get, so that's also the same thing. Like Airbnb, when there was economic meltdown, Airbnb blew up. Because people were looking at alternative source of income. Before, people were like, how can I use my house and host someone? It's not possible, this and that. You know, what if there are a lot of insecurity challenges around? But when people started looking for money, they forgot about insecurities, and boom, and that was how Airbnb also grew up. So it's a question of timing and all that.
All right, great. So the next question is, in terms of funding, have you had challenges have you raised funds, or you've had any challenge raising funds?
Yeah, we have closed our pre-seed. We raised a pre-seed of $400,000. That was we announced that last year in 2023. Right. We announced a pre-seed of $400,000.
So you are looking now into, what's the next thing you're looking into now?
Our next level.
Yeah.
I think the pre-seed helps us to be able to build out the product, and also help us to understand the market properly. You understand? Because we moved to a new market, and Now we're entering into the next phase, which is the marketplace, which we are launching on 20th of September this month. So the land market is going to be a place where people can access any estate projects in Africa, starting from Nigeria, from anywhere in the world. So you can virtually see the land. You can choose a plot from the ones that are available. You can see the ones that are sold out. You can reserve your plot by yourself. Generate the contract of sale by yourself. You can make payment within 48 hours. You can also get your land document immediately your payment is confirmed. So we are launching it on 20th of September.
Great. So now you've been able to break many grounds in terms of the blockchain, and in terms of even using blockchain to actually put it in terms of housing and real estate, building transparency. So my question is, for someone who is just starting off his career, a young 17, 16, 15, 18-year-old, what advice will you give them to start off?
I think at the age of 16 and 17 is the age of learning and exploring. I wouldn't want you to build anything unless you are a super genius or a genius anyway. So I think it's the time to learn. It's time to allow yourself to make mistakes. You get?
Yeah.
So that way you could be able to understand what works. Have a lot of friends, build a lot of relationships and all that. I think these are some of the things I didn't do when I was in the school. When I was in the university, I didn't have too many friends. I wasn't even going to church or going to any program at all. So usually from school to house, from house to school. Even party or clubbing, I didn't do any of them. So I didn't even make so much friends that way. So I think is what I can tell people at their younger age, they should be able to make as many friends as possible, because it's going to help them as they are growing. Because there's something they say knowing people is better than riches, right?
Yeah.
So that's the human capital.
Yeah, social capital. Yeah,
exactly. Yes.
Oh, wonderful. So using that, because your co-founder is someone you also knew from school. You say you had a relationship with him from school. So relationship can pay off over a very long period of time. Then
exactly.
The space you are in is something novel, something new in Nigeria and Africa. So, sometimes we are not clear on what the government thinks when it comes to blockchain. It's like they don't really understand it. So, explain to me now, how are you able to break that barrier of explaining to them what blockchain and all of these things is?
Okay, so the best way to do that, or how we were able to do that, is we forgot about the technology. You understand?
Yeah.
We remove mentioning technology first. So we go for what is already, there's a way they usually put it. They say you start from the known to the unknown, right?
All right.
So we started from what everybody knows. You get our system. If you look at our system, Sytemap now, it doesn't do anything new.
All right.
What it does is what has already been doing, or what the real estate company has been doing, but we now put it on the technology. So selling with our system doesn't change anything. You understand? It doesn't change whatever the real estate companies are doing. You get, for example, real estate companies, when they want to buy land, they go get maybe 100 acres, 50 acres, 200 acres, depending as case may be, you get. And they divide these plots. They divide these acres into plots, carve out road networks and all that, right? And they call it layout or site plan.
Yeah, that's true.
Then that same thing is called tokenization in the blockchain.
All right.
That same thing is called fractional ownership. You understand? So
Yeah.
there's no change. I don't. You get the point, right?
Yes, I understand.
So that's really, so we focus on what we know that they are doing, knowing fully well that we are putting the technology around it. You get, so the technology we are using is fractional owner, is tokenization of those things, but we don't have to start bringing it as technology, because if once you do that, it start looking as if it's a different thing that you're trying to bring, right?
Oh, yes.
So we remove the technology aspect and continue with what they already know. Now we know say now the same thing. You get.
Yes,
So
I get.
that's how we're able to get these things out.
What do you see the role Sytemap will play in in the blockchain and Nigeria space in the next 5 years?
Okay, yeah. Sytemap is a very good use case on the blockchain, and it's also a very use case on building a transparent and trusted real estate transactions. So in the next 5 years, we are seeing ourselves as an infrastructure backbone that can enable real estate transactions to drive in. We want a situation whereby when you want to buy land, when you want to own land or houses, you want the transactions to be transparent, safe. You think about Sytemap.
Oh, that's great. That's great. So if you were to have a legacy once you leave the earth, what will it be?
Okay. Let me remove Sytemap from this now, right?
And it depends on you.
Okay. Sytemap has its own vision, right? Which is becoming an infrastructure backbone. I personally have my own entrepreneurship vision.
Yeah.
Okay. So Sytemap is like part of my vision. My vision is to be able to leverage on technology to help Africa grow. So it doesn't matter if it is Sytemap or not. Okay.
Yeah,
so I see myself as someone who is going to be helping Africa grow, leveraging on technology. So I could leave Sytemap to start another thing, but it's still on my vision, you understand, in making Africa a better place. So that is my own vision. So leaving this earth, I should be able to have at least solved one problem for Africa.
But the problem of Africa is very numerous. Do you think, how visible do you see this in the next, couple of years?
Yeah, it's visible. People are already doing that. When Paystack started, there was no payment infrastructure, right?
Yeah, that's
but
true.
But today, because of Paystack, is there. So it's a gradual process. I cannot say I will solve all the whole problems in Africa. No, just one. One is enough.
All right. So in terms of partnership, I see you partnering with some government parastatals. In terms of partnership, how has partnership been able to help Sytemap to build the vision the more?
Yeah, our partnership is helping us to build our own company trust. So in as much as we want to sell our trust, people should also trust us too.
Okay.
So getting partnerships has been helping us in building this trust and helping us to be able to deliver quality products.
All right, great. So what of the real estate has a lot of issues. So what of issues with in Lagos there's a peculiar issue of maybe these guys that after you get your land, they come and resell it again after you. So is it not possible that after someone has done the transaction that they just come and sell the land after the person has?
Not really, because we don't just put any land on the platform. We work with verified real estate companies that are using our product called Sytemap OS. Sytemap OS is an operating system for real estate developers. So before your project is on our Sytemap land marketplace, you're already using Sytemap OS. And before you use Sytemap OS, we have already done KYC on the project and on you as a company. Okay? So it means that any land on Sytemap, when it's sold, is also sold on the real estate developer software or their own site, because everything is connected back to them. Even the payment, you don't pay to me, you pay to the real estate company. Communication, we can help in communication, but communication go more from them too, you understand? So it's more like a decentralized marketplace where everybody is on their own, but one system is bringing everybody together. But you are in your own offices. But Sytemap landing page brings you to one central marketplace. But you are also doing your own business with our own software in other places. So our software helps to now harmonize all those transactions you are doing outside our own marketplace, so that people that are coming to the marketplace can also see in real time other transactions that is happening too. That way, once a plot is sold is sold on the real estate company's level. There is no duplicate allocation and all that.
All right, great. So will you consider Sytemap to be B2B or B2C or a combination of both?
You can say it's B2B, B2C.
So that means anybody, I can come to Sytemap and buy land now.
Yes, exactly. So, but the goal is actually to promote the real estate companies that are using Sytemap OS.
All right.
So Sytemap Marketplace is more like an added value or added advantage for them.
All right. So, if I have a real estate company, how can I join Sytemap OS?
When you visit our website, you click on. Okay, we are designing the website. So the new website is going to be, when you visit sytemap.com, you are going to see Sytemap Your Estate. You click on that, book demo, and one of our sales team is going to set up a demo presentation for you and show you how the platform works. If you're interested to come on board, we'll send you our digital platform agreement. You sign, make payment, we start onboarding.
So currently, how does Sytemap make money?
We make money through one-off setup fee from the real estate companies, and we also charge them a transaction fee too. So that's how we are making money.
So one-off setup fee, is it sustainable for the business?
One-off setup fee is how we started one-off setup fee is because we wanted to do a monthly subscription initially, but we found out that the setup time sometimes passes 1 month, you understand, because of back and forth. So if you're charging people 1 month and in the 1 month you're not yet done, that means you're going to start having a lot of high churn rate. And we were having that then, so we decided to do. And again, the real estate companies then do not want to run on Sytemap because they usually forget the website name to log into their dashboard. So what we now did was to now start installing it on their different web servers. So it runs on their own domain name and everything. So setting it up and everything is now what we charge. Okay. Then we now added transaction fee. So any land sold on the platform, we take a transaction fee.
Okay, how many percent is that?
It's not percentage.
Oh, just
it's
a
about
fixed amount.
Yeah, 950 naira.
Okay, so
for every transaction.
Now, most startups challenge they face later is something like maybe they receive funding, and the funding is what they use to keep expanding the business, but the business itself is not generating enough revenue to be sustainable. So for Sytemap, do you see the business as self-sufficient in terms of generating profit, or it just keep relying on on funding?
Since March this year, we've been self-sustaining ourselves.
Oh, that's great.
So the system business has actually been paying our salary and our expenses since March.
Okay.
Yeah, but of course, it's not where we want to be. We want to grow rapidly.
All right, great. Oh, that's good news to hear. And I'm so excited what Sytemap is doing. Really, it's a whole lot of courage to do something new. But thank God you guys are doing it, and I think you also have this first movers advantage already. Or why not?
Yeah, I do. I do
Yes.
have first mover advantage, but it's one of the hardest things to have.
Obviously. And you also have to consider young 15, 17-year-old guys who are just trying to see how they can also push in a lot of innovation into the space and pull anybody out.
Exactly.
All right, great. So apart from Nigeria, do you have other plans into other parts of Africa?
Yeah, we're signing up Ivory Coast. We're signing up in Uganda. So these are places that we want to do pilot projects. We've already done pilot projects in Rwanda and Kenya, but we slowed down a bit on all those areas. So we are still testing, but we also want to make sure that we have conquered Nigeria before we are going. We don't want to just go out and it becomes another load, you understand, on us.
All right, wonderful. So thank you so much, Nnamdi. So excited to finally have this. Even though I'm rooting for you guys, I really want to see the next unicorn Sytemap. Oh, are you guys thinking about it?
We don't want to think about how do I put it? There's a way we put it in the company. We do not want to tag ourselves with positions. You understand? Right. We just want to solve the real problem, and that is it. We just want to be able to help the real estate industry grow, especially the land market, to grow. And once that's happened, of course, they say when you ask, you shall receive. You get.
Okay. So I also see that you are someone of strong faith. So how does your faith help you in also building your vision?
Right from secondary school, I went to seminary school, by the way, and my realtor then in school, the Reverend Father, there is this four things he usually say those times, and I made those things as my own motto or my own affirmations every morning. So it's more like, let me read it out for you. I believe I am heavily guided. I believe God is always by my side. I believe in Jesus Christ who strengthens me. I don't believe in defeat.
Wonderful.
So that's what I read every day. So I won't give up, you understand, until I get these things.
Wonderful. So do you still have time to mentor young people? Do you have time to mentor people currently?
For now, I'm at the time of building. I can't mentor now. I still need mentor too. I need more mentors.
So who are your
at the stage where I am? I don't know if I can mention them, but don't worry about that. But I'll give them their own shout outs when the time reaches.
All right, great. So thank you so much, Nnamdi.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. So
Thanks for listening to the podcast. I do believe you have enjoyed every bit of this. And don't forget to join us on another edition of the podcast. Just want you to do something right now. Subscribe for David Oshin podcast on Spotify. Subscribe on LinkedIn, on Facebook, David Oshin. Just search for me and you'll find me. And you can also search for DJT Concept. We have all of our videos on DJT Concept, and our audios are there also. Thank you so much, and God bless.